Somebody said episode was 7 out of 10. I love a little piece of art inside of a piece of art. A TV show you watch inside of a video game. A soap opera that plays during Twin Peaks in the room with other characters. Tends to be a really fun way to compare and contrast themes, to compare and contrast emotional like styles. Oh, we could probably talk a little bit about the like heavily scripted, twisty-turny Night Springs episodes where there's like a got 'em sort of twist in the episode, right? There's a moment where you're like, but actually it was the man in the mirror the whole time. Whereas we're in a game where things don't make that sort of clean reversal. We're awash in a confusing reality fiction where we don't know what has happened in our life. You know, we maybe we'll have some twists that are neat and tidy, but so far we don't. We're sitting with uncertainty.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. "Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page."
Speaking of the sort of like comically clean horror plot twist, that's what this dialogue line says right at the end. But did you know whatever was written on the page happened in real life? Okay. So far, I like this camera better. I don't know if I'll be able to shoot better. Let's see what's up here. Set sensitivity to boomer. Did you just call me a boomer? Listen, I do have the lowest sensitivity preference of any person ever.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
I may be starting to really like Alan's writing style. The last couple, I've been like, you know what? I fuck with it. I may be actually starting to, there's parts of it that I would still nitpick for sure. But I think we're getting a sense of the, like, I would say the voice, the, like, rhythm to it. The paragraphs definitely have, like, a shape to them that we can sort of start to expect. I still just don't understand what's going on with the perspective in these pages. What voice is writing? What piece? What like knowledgeable being is writing? First person Alan Wake and also third person Rose and Rusty were unhappy in their relationship. I don't think we've heard that Rose and Rusty were in a relationship until this moment either. Visitor center, we gotta look out for traps. Bear traps. Ah!
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
That's a bunch of shots. Oh, Carly, I don't disagree with that at all. Absolutely, no. I'm not sitting there being like, now this is a man who knows how to write a woman character. It's more the like the shape of the paragraph that I'm trying to, that I think I'm getting a little bit more okay with.
Rusty? Damn.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me!
What happened? Why is this car moving? What's going on? Help Rusty?
Anybody? Help me!
Where are you, brother?
Help! Help me! Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Anyone! Please help!
What's going on?
Help me!
Oh, he's right there. He's definitely gonna die.
Hello?
Look at all this blood. There's Bucktooth Charlie. Unhurt,
I'm back
unhurt.
here. Hey!
Yeah.
Please help me!
Max whining in the cage.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page.
Uh-oh.
I found. Came true.
Uh-oh.
It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must. The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Must turn the lights on in the
Okay,
office. I have the key.
Hang on. I'll be right back.
Are we... I'm confused, though, in terms of, like, I thought we were back in reality. But now, all of the sudden, things are making me feel like we're in the nightmare world again. Are the nightmare world and this world closer related than I thought? Puppy seems okay. What else matters? The shape of a paragraph like the contours of a woman's curves. I just vomited in my mouth. Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
This
Back
couldn't
to
be
reality.
hard. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Okay. I mean, I don't really want to go anywhere. I don't really want to move at all. Where did you say the lights were? Over in there? That's a long-ass way. I feel like something's going to catch fire with this lit power line. Who ran their car into your building?
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Can I jump up on the roof? Can I move the trash can to use it to jump up on something? The Last of Us style. Okay, so this is very concerning because we found a manuscript page which told us... Coffee thermos! We found a page that told us that we would find Rusty on the floor bleeding out, saying it happened just like it happened on the page. We found a page that said we would find Rusty, who had found a page who had told him exactly how things would happen. We have a weird cause and effect, a weird foretold, things happen the way they are written on the page sort of thing. In a way that concerns me a little bit. There's the trail on that map. Manuscript page. Rusty attacked by the dark presence.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
I think this is the second time
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful...
you keep saying his eyes were filled with fear and terror. He
The
howled
visitor center was
with
sturdy,
fear
but the
and
impact
pain.
turned the front...
That's not good writing. He was feeling a lot of emotions. They were mostly sad, scared, afraid, fearful, and other synonyms for afraid. Maybe Alan needs to write less violent stories. Are we really writing this book, or is it writing us? You know what I'm saying? I'm scared to continue. I don't know what's going to go on here. Shadows, shadows everywhere. The Emotions squirmed within him, like emotions. Manuscript page?
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
We need power. What's in the back room? What's in the box? There's a pistol ammo right there, I think. Got a radio? Oh, excellent. I can radio for help. Meanwhile, I've taken so long, Rusty has absolutely bled out in the other room. Revolver, ammo, and batteries. Brought to you by Energizer. There's an axe inside of the fucking fuse box?
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty!
Let me hop out the window. That's not good. Rusty's fucking dead, yo. I don't like that scream. That scares me. I don't like it.
The ground was covered with oily patches.
No!
It looked like liquid darkness.
Oh, Max is barking. Max is barking. The oily darkness is bad? Can I shoot the... Ah! Who is this? Uh-oh, battery's dead. Uh-oh, battery's dead. Okay. 33 bullets left. You don't actually need to shoot the ground. It just disappears. I was wasting bullets on the ground. Rusty? My dude? Why is my vision swimming like this?
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
A mammoth-sized hole in the wall. Rusty, my guy. Where's the dog go?
Please!
Don't feed the animals.
What? Who said that?
Fishing
Is only permitted
for those
visitors
who purchase a park
fishing.
license.
Who's talking? Is it me?
Obey
Oh, he's up there.
The park ranger's instructions.
Oh, there's Rusty.
at all times.
Rusty has been...
Rusty,
I understand
no.
now. Ah! Why are you so fucking fast, bro?
No bears and wolves never approach any other wildlife closer than
25 yards.
pets must be leashed.
At all times.
Never leave
Rusty, you're gonna die. Rusty, die. Rusty, sit down.
Against the law.
to remove any
Natural objects
or historical
Rusty!
from the park.
grounds.
Jesus Christ. My dude is absorbing bullets. Ah! Okay, we're just gonna keep the light on him, keep the light on him, keep the light on him. It does a little bit of effect even if you don't zoom in. You can actually save a little battery by not, like, focusing the light. Rusty is durable. Rusty, just like an Energizer battery, can't be brought down. Am I gonna fight a mammoth? What's happening here? What is this structure? I don't understand. It's like a covered bridge. This is a safe haven, though. Checkpoint. Woo! Max is gonna be the size of a mammoth now.
What? What the hell was that? I saw it from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
I'm looking for a coffee thermos. Have you seen anything? Alan, is now really the time for sass? Okay, what do we got over here? What's that? Oh! Okay, we'll go here first. Checkpoint reached. Let's go. We've got a manuscript page and some beers. A 6-pack of beer? Time to get drunk. Rusty's
In
final
that last
thoughts.
instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Okay, we've got a lot wrong with this situation. Oh boy, where to even start, Rusty? Where to even start, Rusty? Yikes. Holy yikes. And the real horror we found along the way was Rusty's thoughts on his relationship to Rose. I love that it was like, in his final dying thoughts, Rusty had the opportunity to think of one thing, and the immediate next thing it says is, Rusty was a lot older than Rose. Like, you're in your dying moments thinking back on your relationship to the person you quote-unquote love, and it's like, I'm way older than she is. God damn it. Oh, boy. I'm way older. She's 20, which, if you think about it, means she's barely out of her teens.
Such a
Yikes!
romantic? In the 12th century way, of course, but a romantic nonetheless.
Oh, Rusty. He's dead now, is the good news. Where does this go? Oh, please don't kill me. Can we die here? Yep. Yes, you can. Okay, I probably shouldn't have tried that. Turns out. You called everyone an asshole except for Rusty. Something to think about. He saved that dog. Listen, the game was, you know, the opposite of a red herring. He saved a dog. Or I guess that is sort of a red herring.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Sure, it's that way, but there's also a safe haven over here. The opposite of a red herring is a blueprint's clue. This cave looks terrifying. Moonshine Cave, site of frequent bootlegging activity throughout the Prohibition. Oh, if you say read, it all of a sudden gives you way more interesting info. Frequent and lucrative bootlegger activity through the Prohibition, mostly used for temporary storage of alcohol smuggled from Canada. At times, alcohol was also distilled on the premises. Since we've been talking about the writing, I'd be interested on your thoughts on whether this game does a good job at showing versus telling. We talked about that during last report, so it's on my mind with how much narration, dialogue, writing is in the game. Ooh, that's an interesting thing. I have a hot take on showing versus telling. Hot take on showing versus telling. I also am this kind of person. Hot take on showing versus telling. People love to give showing versus telling advice when it's really like way, 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 way more complicated than any showing versus telling piece of advice can be. a common like creative writing 101 piece of, if you're unaware, a very common like creative writing 101 piece of advice is show, don't tell. When the reality is that like very often in all of the books that you love, showing is happening and telling is also happening. Both of them have a place, both of them have a purpose. To show is kind of the thing we were just talking about, where it's like a couple minutes ago with the bloody slushy, gruesome slushy. Is that like the idea is the image hits the reader's brain before anything else really does. Like it forms the basis upon which everything else is built. If it's a house of cards, it's like the table the house of cards is built on, or the bottom row of the house of cards. And so, very often, an early writer's instinct is to just like tell you how to feel. There's an example of this is like he said derisively. If you have to write a piece of dialogue and then say he said derisively, you're telling us how we should interpret the dialogue rather than giving us the opportunity to do it. Same way with like telling you what a scene makes the character feel rather than painting it with your words, painting a description. That said, there's so many situations where telling is absolutely... He smiled madly. Exactly. There's so many situations where telling is by far the superior way to get through stuff. So I have an opinion on this game, showing versus telling. I mean, the cool thing is we're playing a video game where the image itself, the show, the thing we're seeing, is changing rapidly in front of us. I think I'm in reality, and then all of a sudden there are shadow monsters coming out of the world swinging an axe at me. The show of this game, I would argue, is mostly the image of Alice falling off of the like pier out front of our cabin, the image of Alan Wake staring at a lake where there's nothing there, the image of this haunted Deerfest float looming up in the darkness as we make our way towards the lighted garage scene, or the light of the garage from the dark. Like, there's a lot of show in... because we're playing a video game and not just reading a book. There is a lot of tell, but not in a way... I don't really... not in a way that, like, turns me off at all. Also, quick little thought. Show versus tell. Show is very often when you want to be in the moment, you present the person reading with what you would like for them to see, and then they draw their own conclusions. Tell is often when you are skipping time, or you are covering a lot of time in a small amount of text or whatever. You often will just like tell about the set of events that occurred. That is a different type of like painting. Oh my god, do we get a shotgun? Let's fucking go. We get a shotgun. So yeah, I don't know. We can keep an eye on it throughout the game. So far, I haven't had any real moments where I'm like, you need to be showing us this versus you need to be telling us this. Minus Alan Wake's actual manuscript, which of course I enjoy pointing out and being like, you're just telling us how to feel. Rather than letting us feel it or showing us something. Okay, we do have a shotgun. That's exciting. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. That's my thought so far. I'll keep an eye on it as we play. We're eating good right now with games that make me think about writing. Last Report was really good for that in one specific type of way. And this is really good for it in another type of way. That was a shattered piece of glass? Is this Rusty's hat? What is this? No! It's the fucking... like the music of the jump scare there that gets me. No! He's on me! God, fuck! Shotgun, shotgun, shotgun. Abso-fucking-lutely shotgun. Oh no, we have no bullets. No bullets. New battery. Ah! Scared the piss out of me. Fair enough. To me, I find the amount of narration to be a little distracting in a way that takes away from the overall vibe. I think is interesting. You're talking about the character Alan Wake walks across the screen and describes, I needed to find my way to the visitor center because of this, because of that. Yeah, I don't know. I have feelings on it, but I don't have thoughts at this point. And I'll keep thinking on it so that eventually I can turn those into thoughts. So far, I have feelings on it, but no real thoughts. It's definitely a distinctive choice, and I don't think you are alone at all in feeling potentially like weirded out by that / like you feel it. You're noticing it. You're noticing it. I just heard the noise. There's two roads diverged in a wood. One goes this way. I'm a little confused because it looked like back there was a light. We go back? I don't know. Your scare scared me shitless. Is the direct aiming feeling better in combat? I think it feels better in general, yeah. Shout out for the recommendation, Artifice. Might be more of a game design element than a writing element in that, reminding the player of where they're supposed to go. It does feel, hilariously, I can't get there. Cool. So we need to go around. Hilariously, it does feel a little bit like a... In 2025, we've seen the skits, right? I don't know. Hopefully you've seen them. I've seen them. Where it's like... trying to wash the dishes before bed, but my life is a video game. And it'll be like the character goes over to the counter to grab a snack. Internal monologue that is actually announced. Oh man, I loved Cocoa Puffs. On the other hand, I should really do these dishes before I go to bed tonight. Character reaches for the door to go take a shit. I really need to shit. On the other hand, these dishes aren't going to do themselves. Like, it does feel very like a less exaggerated version of that meme. But I'm wondering if that isn't the 2010-ness of it. And, like, how do I phrase this? The thing this game is doing that other games aren't, for me, is everything you do in the game is being transcribed through 3 or 4 different actual pieces of, like, writing. There's this, which is front and center every time you pause. A third-person description of where you need to be going and what you are doing. There's the voice-acted, I need to do this, and this is what's happening, and it made me feel like this. There's cutscenes, which is its own thing I hadn't even talked about. And then I clicked the wrong thing. There's also a manuscript, which is, like, related but not exactly the same as the world we're living in. I think, basically, I don't disagree that it is distracting, maybe unimmerses you in the game. I think that's a real risk of what's happening with the narration, and next time it happens, we'll pay attention to it. But I also think this game is trying to put you in this weird liminal between space thing where you are both a player in a world and also a character in a story / a writer who is writing a story in which you are a character. Like, you're in this weird space where you are text. You are made of text and also a person in a real world. It's definitely meta. It's definitely a deliberate meta-narrative choice. The question is if it is effective at the cost of immersion and enjoyment, or if that cost is worth it. And that is a personal thing, a little bit. It's a little bit of a personal thing. If it distracts you, it distracts you. If it adds to your understanding, then it does. It's also the thing that gets very dangerous about making meta decisions, is that more often than not, the person you think is going to be super interested in what you're talking about ends up in the way you're doing things, ends up turned off by the way you're doing things.
Nobody in Bright Falls seemed to know where Al was, but Rose, the waitress at the diner, had seen him. From what Barry could tell, Al pretty much fell off the face of the earth when he left the diner. Rose was just the kind of fan that Al hated, but she really tried to help. She was smart, too, knew a lot about what was going on in the town, knew a lot about Al, even knew who Barry was. Barry liked her. That was no big surprise. When it came to women, Barry and Al rarely saw eye to eye.
The other thing I just realized is, of course, we get voice acting when we read these found texts, which does the same thing too, right? That also does the thing. We're not reading a stationary artifact of in-game found text. We're experiencing it because the same person who is voice narrating our actions in the world is also narrating this thing that they hypothetically wrote. It's weird. It's very weird. And I think it's meant to disorient you. I think in an ideal world, if we're reading it generously, that disorientation, disorienting is meant to be a productive disorient. This is a horror game after all. Like what they do in scary stuff is they try to disorient you in a productive fashion. That's my guess for what they're attempting. The question will always be, is it working? We're getting chased. Run. Fucking run. The spirits are here. Oh, God. I fucking hate this shit. Go to the light. Go to the light. Go to the light. But I don't know. What do you guys think so far? I haven't played the whole game, so I can't know. What the fuck is Ryan talking about? What do you mean, what am I talking about? Ooh. I think the developers want us to notice it and for it to be a little jarring. It's reminding me of Chang's noir detective narration in one episode of Community. Interesting. I don't remember that episode, but... Press X to wash dishes. I'd also say the disconnect of immersion is almost the point. It can be the point, but if it... So here's the thing. It can be the point. But if it takes away from your enjoyment or your immersion in the experience, then it's the point at the cost of the point being like experiencing the art, right? My thoughts are Tama. I look forward to revisiting this conversation at a later time. I'm going to take that as a big hell yeah. We'll talk about it at another time. I don't mean to suggest that they're doing it well. Around this time, developers were really keyed into the idea that players frequently get lost in abandoned games. Being meta is inherently unimmersive. Oh, I have major fucking thoughts on that statement, and I disagree with your use of inherently. But we do not have time to get into that. There's no way. I will say that one of my favorite stories of all time, my favorite short story of all time, reload this, is a story that involves some meta stuff and cafe souvenir shop, Lover's Peak, and which I think is not inherently unimmersive. I do think there's a tendency towards it, but the great old one. Ah! You scared the piss out of me! Need a new battery, new battery, new battery. Why are you so fast? What are you doing? You just roared. You just roared. What does that even mean? You like roared like a bear. Just run, just run. Just run. Oh, we dodged! Ah! We just got a Steam achievement for dodging the right way for the first time in the game. We're 4 hours in. Ah! I just don't like dudes with axes. You can quote me on that. You may absolutely fucking quote me on that. Dudes with axes, not a fan. Where do I go? They won't kill me while I'm reading, right? Reinhardt's Deadpool? How did you only just now get that achievement? What can I say? The Great Old One. Felled by lightning in 1937, this exceptionally tall Rocky Mountain Douglas fir was over 200 years old. According to local legends, it stretched beyond the stars. After it fell, it was measured to be 66 meters tall, nearly a record length. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to talking about it more the more we get into it, though, you know? Like, motor vehicles prohibited. Dogs must be leashed. Ah! Not this again. No, not this again. Dogs must be leashed. Is that a clue? Ah, he fucking hit me with an axe. Or whatever. This guy's got a sickle. Ah! There it is. There it is. I got a second one. Back. He hit. He's... They're too good. They're too good. I'm going to walk backwards. Do not hit me with an axe. I'm like one shot to an axe. I have 3 bullets left. Fuck. The guy had a sickle. What is this? Ah, he's still coming. Okay, now I have no bullets left. What is this? 1400s? When did they last use sickles, chat? Bye, Tony. Thanks for being here. Have fun in the meeting. I need ammo. I need ammo badly. I have 3 bullets. Ammo? Nowish. True. They is pretty damn broad there. A little bit of revolver ammo. 12 bullets. Good. Manuscript page. I hit F5 too quickly. Wake sees the torch symbol.
Afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason. Packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo. Things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
There's definitely something in terms of like larger, more knowledgeable powers out there. Something spoke to me like a god and said, hang out in my light. I can help you out of here. Stay away from the dark. Right at the very beginning of the game. Somebody, something is... And don't say it's the game devs. Somebody, something is like storing good shit in the woods for me to get to make my chances at survival higher, you know? Like... Is that another axe? What is up with these dudes with axes? Get a hobby. There's a bird. Bear alert. Uh-oh. Time to look out for bear traps. The Chekhov's gun of the bear trap is definitely going to happen at some point, so we should watch out for that. Right? What's that noise? What's that? Is that a bloody shirt? Is that the bloody white shirt from Night Springs? I just saw somebody run behind that rock right there. I just saw it. I saw it. You're not sneaky. The bloody shirt. Me to the axe murderer hiding in my closet. You're not sneaky. I see you. Their hobby is axes. Jesus fucking shit. This one's got a fucking mace. That's the way I need to go, unfortunately. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Shotgun time. Shotgun time. New light, new light, new light, new light. Does this guy have a shovel? What is he holding? Ow! I'm dead. Oh no, I'm dead. Just run, just run, just run, just run. Go for the light. That's not good. Run, I see light, I see light. Run, 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 run! Run! We didn't make it. Historically, calling out the murderer in a horror movie is always the key to survival. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we can just run past these people. I don't think we need to fight them. What if we outsmart them? What if we go up high while they go down low, and then we go around them? You ready? Right here. I can't get through. I can't get through. Oh, he's right there! Shit! You scared the shit out of me. These guys are trying to come up the back. Joke's on you. Oh, God! Just run to the light. Run to the light. Nothing else matters. Run to the light! You're so close, Alan. I would be undefeatable if I just had, like, a Coleman-sized lantern. If I just had something other than this flashlight, we'd be truly fine. Do you think they'll still... I'm worried I left resources and manuscript pages back here. Do you think they'll still be here? Oh, yeah, they're still there. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, never mind. You guys know if there's manuscript pages back there? Front seat question. Does anybody know if I skipped anything? I don't want to go back there unless I have to. The fuck was that? Probably. Oh boy. We could try it. I can go check. I'll go check too. Okay, we gotta funnel them all down, you know? Just gotta funnel them all into one area. This guy, what is he wearing? One bullet left? Ow! Okay, we've done it. We have truly one bullet left. I hope to God. There's something over here. There's nothing over here. Fuck. I don't remember. It's been years since I played this game. Let's go check over here. We came from that way. Could be something over here. In before the something is a bear or a bad guy. Oh, guys, we're in trouble. We have no bullets. Uh-oh. This is called Through Tree. For your safety, stay on designated hiking trail. What if I use this table to jump off the edge? If only you hadn't shot the oil on the ground. Oh, that's funny. This thing moved, which I don't like. Coffee thermos. Everything is right in the world. We do truly have an emotional support pistol right now because it has no bullets. Is it supposed to be difficult, or do you just make it look difficult? Thanks, Cherub. I just make it look difficult. The tree... Hi, Cherub. The tree this ring was cut from started growing in 1846. The year the Oregon Treaty was signed. Other notable events marked on the rings. The Washington Territory was formed. Founding of Bright Falls Mining Company. Washington was granted statehood. Tree damaged in forest fire. Bright Falls Mining Company closes its doors after a volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake. We heard about this. 1980, 10 years later, Mount St. Helens erupts. 87, tree felled by storm. I mean, that has to weigh like thousands of pounds. And I'm out here pushing it like a swing. Taking it like a champ. Just a punch to the head from a tree. Probably weighs like 1,000 pounds, probably, right? Wait, where am I supposed to go? That other thing was blocked. But this way said... But this way doesn't look like there's anything over here. Let's go back. I could carry that easily. Yeah. And you could definitely dig a huge trench in your yard. We've had this conversation before. There's a manuscript page. Oh, do I just jump over right here? Literally right here. You can just go around it, guys. F5, Nightingale's arrival. Who's
Agent
Nightingale?
didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors lurked behind the storefronts and smiles. He desperately wanted to turn the car around and just drive until he passed out or ran out of road and booze. But he had a job to do. He had a rider to catch, at any cost.
At any cost. I think you're just... so my sort of final interpretation is you're supposed to be reading these as... and maybe this is because of the way that we got two very bad back-to-back descriptions of characters and the way that they see women. But my take has evolved into... And it's not like we weren't thinking this after episode 1 and some of the writing in here. My take has evolved into we're reading a James Patterson-esque, and I mean that with all the shade in the world, Jack Reacher-esque, just like quick slapdash together sort of novel, mostly for the like cultural reflection upon what, like, it's a novelized horror story sort of thing, reflects upon what we're playing, and potentially for a little bit of insight into our characters, but any of that is a little bit dubious because it's being presented, it's being being filtered. We made it to some light. That's a checkpoint. Getting there. This is very Twin Peaks. Yeah, except he loves the coffee. He doesn't hate the coffee and the scare behind the smiles. He loves the coffee. This is good. Where do we stand on Alan being a reliable narrator? Oh boy. We don't. I don't know. We're headed towards that thing right there. Chat, where is a front seat question? Is there any great place to end the game in the next, like, 5 to 10 minutes? Or should I just kind of call it here at a good spot to pause for today? This is sketchy. Alan Wake's reliability.
Shit.
That's not good. What's happening? Wah! Previously on Alan Wake. Call it here. Too late now. Whoops. That guy's got a machete. Ah! It's a flare.
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming. That flashlight's kid stuff.
Give me a Coleman
Flares will
lantern.
keep the bastards away.
Flares, okay. Who's this guy? Diane, 11:30 a.m., February 24th, entering the town of Twin Peaks. Okay, so...
Hell, of course I see him. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
Let's move.
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first
It's the fairy guy!
arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake. You better keep up. You set him up, and I'll knock him down, Wake.
He knew my name. He shows that by using my name twice in a row. Wake makes his way towards Lover Peak with the kidnapper. Okay, we'll call it right there. Find out next week on the next episode of Alan Wake. I think we'll call it right there. I think we'll call it about right there. Okay, interesting. We're headed with the kidnapper? What happened to my fucking wife, bro? I bet we're just about to ask the person that. Where's Alice? What's going on? This is the guy who was standing on the ferry, making very shadowy remarks at me, very shady remarks at me. Something like you'll get what's coming to you, or something like that. Very early on. It's Guy Fieri. All right, cool. We're gonna call it right there. I'm gonna quit the menu, and we will we'll resume here next week. Unfortunately, I don't have time to play more today. But thanks for watching, you guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like on the video. I hope you're enjoying it. We'll be streaming more of it next week on Twitch. So if you want to come by for the live streams, you can either follow or you can enter the Discord, and I'll tell you when we're doing it, etc. Bye, YouTube. Bye.